Good morning, everybody. My name is Dean Trantalis. I'm the mayor of the city of Fort Lauderdale. I'd like to welcome all of you here today for this very important moment here in our city. On behalf of my colleagues of the City Commission, especially our City Commissioner for this district, Mr. Ben Sorensen, thank you, Ben, for being here today. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here this morning as we share some good news about some significant progress we are making with the installation of the new 7.5-mile redundant sewer line here through this neighborhood. The new transmission line represents a $65 million investment in our infrastructure and spans 37,600 feet. The line is being constructed from the G.T. Lomar wastewater treatment plant on Southeast 17th Street Causeway, 7 miles north, to the lift station at the Coral Ridge Country Club on Northeast 37th Street. Today marks a major milestone in the project. We have installed more than 23,000 linear feet of new pipe underground. That's more than half of the entire project. The project is more than 60% complete and on track to be finished ahead of the aggressive schedule that we targeted when it first began. Following the unfortunate incidents in Rio Vista, we devised a creative solution to complete this project as quickly as possible. I want to thank our city manager, Mr. Chris Laverboom, and thank you for being here today, for working with our contractors and Mr. Mancini from Mancini & Sons. Thank you so much for your ingenuity, your commitment, and your tenacity for making this happen. Typically, a project of this size and magnitude would have taken more than a year to get shovels in the ground and 3 years of construction. But this project is being accomplished in record time. We had a contract signed in a matter of weeks, had shovels in the ground in less than 60 days, and we'll have the entire project completed within 18 months, God willing. As long as it doesn't rain anymore. The new line is made of high-intensity polyethylene pipe, or HDPE. Crews are installing the pipe using a process called underground directional drilling. This trenchless method is more efficient than the traditional open-cut construction, which is helping to expedite the installation of the transmission line. Directional drilling also eliminates the need to dig up an entire street, which means there's less impact on roads and disruption to the traffic, residents, and neighborhoods. Less digging requires less restoration work, so crews can minimize their impact to residents and move through neighborhoods much more quickly. HDPE pipe was chosen because it is more resistant to corrosion than iron. It has fewer mechanical joints and is more flexible than traditional ductile pipe, which will reduce the maintenance needs and improve the infrastructure resilience to rising groundwater tables and sea level rise. Fewer repairs and greater longevity mean more reliable service and better quality for the life of our community. The pipe has been installed to date that was pulled through underground pathways in sections. Now that 1.5 miles of pipe have been installed and connected from where we are standing all the way to the treatment plant on Southeast 17th Street, the city can activate this section of the new line. Yes. As we continue to complete additional segments of the new line, we will transfer as much service as we can off the existing line to the new line to minimize the potential of future breaks. Once the new 7-mile line is activated, we can also take concurrent old line service out of service, rehabilitate the entire stretch of existing sewer main, and then maintain it going forward, which will result in 2 wastewater transmission lines. Having a secondary line will create a truly redundant system that will enable us to use either line as needed, which will minimize interruptions to service, and most importantly, prevent situations like the ones we experienced in Rio Vista and Coral Ridge from happening again. In addition to this project, the city has made tremendous progress on other infrastructure improvements in the community. The rain events we endured last weekend demonstrate the need to have a robust stormwater system. That is why we will invest over $200 million over the next 5 years into critical stormwater master plan projects in our most vulnerable areas, including Dorsey Riverbend, Dewars, Edgewood, Progresso Village, River Oaks, and Victoria Park, as well as parts of the Las Olas Isles and Rio Vista neighborhoods. Planned improvements to reduce flooding and make these areas more resilient include 8 new pump stations, new drainage pipes, exfiltration trenches, catch basins, permeable pavement, and swales. We have also taken steps to rehabilitate and improve the quality of our waterways. Plans are underway to address areas impacted by recent breaks, including the Tarpon River, George English Lake, and the Himmersheet Canal, just up the street here. And before the end of the year, we will initiate weekly water quality testing in popular recreational areas. Additional proactive measures to protect our waterways include installing 57 baffles to reduce pollution, replacing swales in 6 neighborhoods to improve the quality of stormwater runoff, and piloting new technologies to mitigate potential algae blooms. Our city is committed to addressing our infrastructure needs, and this commission has demonstrated that by putting an end to money transfers from the city's utility funds to the general operating funds, we are making things happen. As I've said many times, the prior city administration used this practice to balance the city's budget by taking as much as $20 million a year. $20 million a year that should have been earmarked for infrastructure upgrades and maintenance. We put an end to that unacceptable practice, and now all utility funds are being used for their intended purpose. This is a can-do commission, and we are making tremendous progress to protect our community for years and decades into the future. So once again, I'd like to thank our city manager, Chris Lagerbloom, and his leadership team, including Raj from our Public Works. Thank you so much for being here today. Our contractors, David Mancini and Sons, Murphy Pipeline, and all the workers for their steadfast dedication and efforts on this project. This is not an easy undertaking, and the progress is commendable. I'd also like to thank all of our Fort Lauderdale residents, including those in Rio Vista and Coral Ridge, who have been affected by the infrastructure failures and the subsequent construction work these extraordinary infrastructure projects require. I thank you for your patience. I extend my sincere gratitude and appreciation for your tremendous patience and understanding, and I assure everyone that we will continue to work as quickly as possible to complete these projects and restore our neighborhoods. Having said that, I want to thank all of you for being here today, but I'd also like to ask Commissioner Sorensen if you can share a few words with us. Commissioner Sorensen.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. I'd especially like to, as the Mayor mentioned, like to thank our Public Works team and David Mancini and company. So let's get all the City of Fort Lauderdale Public Works team members. Come on up here. Want to see your smile. Get up here. They're the ones who made it happen, along with Mancini and Sons. All you all get up here. Mancini and Sons team members. Let's go. Get on up here. Get on up here. Felix, you're part of that team too. Come on up here. Get up here. All right, so these are the folks who made it happen. These were incredibly long nights, incredibly long days, and Mancini and Sons partnered with the city in a way I've never seen before, with the leadership of David Mancini Jr., David Mancini Sr., Raj Verma to help oversee it all. This is an all-star team that put it together. Give them up a hand. And not only was this unprecedented in terms of the dollar investment, as Mayor mentioned, $65 million, which is part of a $400 million investment here in the city of Fort Lauderdale, never been done before. But not only is that investment never been done before, the project of this type, speed, and scope has never been done before, not only in the city of Fort Lauderdale, Dave Mancini Jr., correct me if I'm wrong, but in the world, in terms of the speed and length that this was done with efficiency. This is the gold standard of infrastructure work that happened in the city of Fort Lauderdale, thanks to Mancini and Public Works, and it's only the beginning. Mayor, I want to thank you for your continued support of this, and making sure this is a priority in our city. And with this, water and sewage is going to flow seamlessly underground, Mayor, hopefully not above ground ever again. And it's because of your leadership, Mayor. I want to thank you for making this such a big priority. And Chris Lagerbloom, amazing city manager, to drive this and make this possible. Thank you all. I want to thank your family members too, because I know your family members and loved ones have not seen you from time to time because of this. We appreciate it. Thank you, Mayor. I'll turn it back over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Sorensen. So what the commissioner was saying is how important it is for the commission to act as a team to ensure that we are on the same page, making sure that the priorities that we all share are projects that can move forward and can do so efficiently. And working together with our city staff, this city never before has seen such efficiency and progress in making Fort Lauderdale the quality city that it is today. But I know what everyone's waiting here for, waiting to twist that tap and start the water flowing, right?